Hey guys, Stephanie here. Hit that like, subscribe, and share. It's been a while, right? Even though nothing much has actually changed in this the world is a stage matrix version of our reality. I mean, if you think about it, we thought, well, not we thought, but the part of the population thought, oh, we'll just get rid of Trump and everything will be amazing, right? So let me get this straight. They have a permanent fencing going in around the Capitol and around other governmental institutions. And they're saying it's because they feel like their lives are threatened. Hmm. Well, I beg to differ, my friend, because how do you think everybody in the state of Texas, all these border countries right now, who know that their states are going to be run over by asylum seekers now? And not to mention that on YouTube right now, it's called nycmuslims.org, is to contribute to them building their own political platform. What is the one thing Biden did in the middle of a pandemic and you have people homeless, people in food bank lines? What did he prioritize? Lift the Muslim ban, right? We have Congress writing bills to say that Christians and evangelicalists, I can't say it. You know what I mean? Evangelicalists. Evangelicalists. I don't know. Like, those like extreme like God people. But like, how for real scary are these God people? Seriously. Since Trump's gotten into office, which now Christians and whatever are now labeled extremist right wing groups because we support God and freedom of speech and our right to prayer, while we have the Quran and Islam and Biden, Obama going on everywhere. I mean, people thought I was crazy for saying that there is going to be a radical Islamic takeover of this country. It's already happening. Think about it, people. Think about it. Right now, they say that the Prophet Muhammad is real. And God, Jesus Christ, he is a myth, a theory. He was a homosexual, communist. I mean, they just came out with all sorts of crap, you know? But at the end of the day, we all have different gods we believe in. Regardless of whether you believe in the Bible or the Quran or anything like that, there should be a level of, okay, we're going a little too far. And all I see is white people being targeted and every other group being sympathized and normalized and, downplayed. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what kind of ass backwards of reality are we living in, dude? But the truth is, that's the entire thing. I was telling my kids the other day, okay, you know what? I want to Google someplace where there's like some tribe in the middle of nowhere. Like, I don't care if I have to live in a tent, in a hut, and I have to like forage for my own food and all that. I would rather do that than be stuck in this Black Mirror, like, parallel universe fucking political game of Jumanji on steroids we're in. It's like we know what's happening. We see it. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest. Like, after this election, I've been kind of like low key depressed, but not about Trump. At the fact that we're the last strongest country standing. And we have China that's pretty much bought out all of our soybean, all of our farm, our land. Bill Gates bought all of our farm and land. You have George Soros. You have these huge, big tech companies. Okay? Just think about it like this, right now, guys. Imagine 20 years ago, if some guy who developed a computer came on the news and said, we got to do this, that. No, it would be like considered a conspiracy, right? But anybody who questions them is considered a conspiracy theorist, even though there's actual proof of what's been done. You have, the Italian government calling for crimes against humanity against Bill Gates. You have Africa, crimes against humanity, Bill Gates. And what's funny is they just had like a military coup against one of their elected officials by a landslide. And who is the media crying out for? Obama, save us, Obama. This entire staged presidency, if you think about it, okay, on a real level, real talk. All right. Remember how they did all the fencing and all these protocols, for the insurrection? Well, the inauguration was pre-recorded. It wasn't live. It actually was visible in other countries like 12 hours before it was in America. Look at the hologram technology. Look at everything that is around you. You only know what your reality is because you're told your reality. So think about it. If you put your phone down, you don't watch mainstream TV, because I have not watched mainstream TV. Guilty Pleasure, 90 Day Fiancé, and like a couple other shows like that. Like Stacey and Darcy. I love those two girls. I love them. Because they're like me during quarantine trying to figure out how to do my nails, and oh my god, I was like, what the fuck? But anywho, like, those are my guilty pleasures because they're real. They're just real people, but our society considers them like crash test dummies. We find pleasure in other people's pain, and they're being exploited. You don't think these caravans all of a sudden coming again is not exploited? It's mainly men. And there's a lot of human trafficking. I just don't understand how we can have a country where you can make a ton of people who are not legal all of a sudden legal, and they can vote and all this. And then behind Biden's desk in the Oval House is, I'm not kidding, is a sculpture of Chavez. I have really been struggling with this because it's like, okay, let me get this straight. All right, so no matter where I go in society, over the intercom, I'm going to hear people telling me to wash my hands. Like I'm not a grown adult, and I don't know that's common sense. Basic human hygiene. Then I have to wonder to myself, see these people wearing plastic masks over their face, gloves, everything. And they're wearing these gloves. They're touching the shopping carts. They're touching everything in the store. Then they're texting with their gloves on after they touched everything. Like, dude, do you not understand how, like, you're moving bacteria around? But, like, where's the biohazard container for all the gloves and the masks and the face shields? Because let's be real, majority of us will be like, oh, fuck, I forgot my mask. And we just like scavenger around our car looking for whatever we can find. I mean, that's the real agony of it. And people want to talk about how conspiracy this, conspiracy that. And I was just watching Good Morning America, okay? And they had like questions where they did like, will the vaccine cause infertility? Hold on, I'll play it because what is so just utterly disgusting to me is they've been doing these same kind of like vaccine tests and all this, like the Takezi experiment on black people and people of color and like dark skin forever. And who are they mainly going after right now? They're offering people of color $1,500 to take the vaccine. It's like, what? So I'm on, doing my little investigation stuff. And when I heard this, I was like, holy crap. So they don't deny that it's going to make you infertile. They just say, well, right now we just don't have enough
nearly 50 years,
evidence.
National University
Here, I'm going to play this because it is unreal.
All right, Doc, let's turn to your questions. Okay. From the viewers, question number 1 here. Can transplant patients get the COVID-19 vaccines safely?
If you look at the CDC website, you guys, they specifically ask about people with severely compromised immune systems, of which people who have received a transplant are. They're on chronic immune suppression. There's not a lot of data about that, so we don't really know. We can't evaluate the risks versus the benefits. We do know that people who have compromised immune systems, like pregnant women, may be at higher risk for COVID-19 complications, but it also may be the case that they might have a diminished reaction in terms of an immune response to a vaccine. So we still need a lot of research and a lot of data in this area. People with transplants should talk to their physician.
All right. Can the COVID-19 vaccine cause infertility?
This is probably the most common question I get from women. And we have to remember that right now there is no long-term data looking at these vaccines and future fertility, right? So this myth went around social media, went around the web, circulated. People heard about it and they said, well, I don't want to get the vaccine because it can cause infertility. We don't know what can happen a year after this vaccine, right?
They don't
we
know
just
what
developed
can happen.
it. However, vaccines have a very safe track record in pregnancy.
Very safe.
We know that pregnant women have
very,
gotten COVID-19.
very safe, right? They keep
seen
saying very safe. If it's very safe, okay, good track record. Why do the vaccine companies have zero liability? Why is it that they can mass produce injections? And you heard it right there. Well, we don't know. There's no data. We're not sure. Okay, you're not sure. You don't have data. This was a rushed vaccine. You've already said that. But you're literally fearing people into like they're going to die at any minute unless they go get this vaccine. But you go on TV and say, well, we don't have the data. We don't know. There's this rumor, this myth. They call it a myth. But they cannot prove it's untrue. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like unbelievable. Unbelievable bullshit. Hold on. All right. So what I wanted to talk about also, BLM gets the Nobel Prize. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Really? No, BLM gets the Nobel Prize? Really? I love this new world of Obama's third term. I'm just like, oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Not only that, he's over everything. He's all over the news, all over the press. In the inauguration, no joke. It's Obama inauguration on Twitter. He has his own account. He actually did an interview where he said if he could place, puppet in the background and pull his strings and tell somebody what to do for his third term, he would do it. That's exactly what happened. I'm sitting here watching people literally be like, oh, well, Trump wasn't that bad, blah, blah, blah. Like, really? Where were you? Where were you? Where were you? Now we got COVID sniffing dogs. COVID sniffing dogs. Y'all couldn't even figure out how to, heal HIV or cancer. But just like that, you train people, well, dogs, to, track down the COVID Rona, when majority of the testing came from China and it was inaccurate. Then they're like, you don't need to get it. You have to do this test, not that test. Then Dr. Fauci and his magical wheel of fortune of science is like, you don't have to wear a mask. Actually, wear 2 masks. 2 masks is better than none. But what they fail to say is people who work in the healthcare industry, they work in a hospital. A hospital setting is completely different from everyday normal people's life. We don't have special HEPA filters. We don't have everything cleaned. We don't get to change our mask every 5 minutes. It doesn't work like that. So now they're finding that there's lung cancer being traced back to mask wearing. Think about it. You're blowing out your own bacteria 24/7. Oh my gosh. All right. Another one I wanted to talk about is the White House press secretary now gets their own briefing on, like when Trump was president, how they just like came at him with every direction. Like, did you know that hippopotamuses were losing their left testicle every day? Like, that's how ridiculous their questions were. Like, did you know the hippos are dying? They're losing their left testicle every day. What are you doing about it, Trump? Now it's like breezy like a Sunday afternoon. And she's like, the queen of the circle back girl is like, I'll circle back. I'll circle back. I'll circle back. She's connected to the Soviet Union. But now they're basically pre-screening questions, and then dumbasses on Twitter, well, that's because that's the protocol. They're supposed to do that. Blah, blah, blah. No. Journalism is where somebody can ask anything, and they're not supposed to be prepared. That's the whole point of journalism. Okay, that's like right now we have kids who go to school virtually, and they can go on their smartphones and figure out all the answers to the questions. My God. I swear, people make me sick. They make me crazy. Especially when I see on my YouTube ads for nycmuslimcharity.com. They want to get rid of Christians. They want to call us right-wing extremists. But Sharia law, remember no, you don't remember if you've just started watching my videos. But like I did a video like 11 months ago where the entire agenda is to turn us into a radical Muslim country. It's already happening. We see it all over the world. Christianity is dead. We're being demonized. I actually have a Instagram troll stalker who like constantly fucks with me. And I'm just like, dude, I find it flattering that you have nothing better to do than to talk shit to me, but for real. And I go on his profile when I was going to block him, it posted everything. And he had a meme, okay, of a group of people, all Muslim, and there was one white guy with a Blue Lives Matter shirt pointing at Jesus dying on the cross, saying that's what you get for not listening to the police. So when people want to talk about insurrection, because this asshole also said, Oh, so you support the insurrection and then threatening to kill Nancy Pelosi? I mean, we had Mad Max Maxine come out and say, get in their face, scream at them, threaten them, deplatform them. I'm sorry. I am very fucking sorry, but I'm not sorry because forever I've been called really fucking hateful shit. And like I told that little bitch boy, you don't know me. And he compared me to like Mayor Green or whatever. Like, you don't know me. I don't wish death upon anybody because I don't agree with them. No, I think if you're a constant pedophile or rapist or serial killer, yeah, you need to go because you're a drain on taxpayers. Just like Biden with the abortion shit. Look, everybody, do your own thing. We don't give a fuck what you do. Just don't ask for someone to pay for it. If you want a sex change, if you want an abortion, do your shit, shut the fuck up, and don't ask somebody else to pay for it. And that is going to be my campaign slogan. Mind your business. Don't call the police because, oh my God, she wasn't wearing a mask. Because there's a lot of crime, a lot of real things going on in the world that people aren't even paying attention to. Because it's 24/7. COVID, 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 COVID. Ah! It's like, for real. Like, shut up. Oh, my God. And then what even gets even better is, hold on, wait, I wrote it down. I don't know, I forgot what I was gonna say. I really did. Honestly, guys, for real, like the past, yeah, since January 6th, I've just been like, wow. 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 Basically, the National Guard was questioned because if you're white and you're straight and you're Republican, you're considered a domestic enemy. You had Nancy Pelosi come out and claim us the enemy within when really they're narcissistic sociopaths. Okay, Bill Gates did have a patent for this virus years before it came out. There was a simulation where they saw what could happen. Do people not realize now they're coming out with COVID anal swab? The best way to see if you have COVID, because we have dogs that are so advanced that can smell it. We can't use our canine dogs to smell the Rona. Oh, we gotta swab your booty hole now. I mean, does anybody not realize they're literally dehumanizing you, making you lose all self-respect? Because it's easier to take someone's freedom when they have no respect for themselves. And, oh, I'm glad I live in Texas. Because karma is a bitch. And with this, sanctuary city, yeah, now Texas is a sanctuary gun state. Loving it, loving it. I'm loving it, dude. But not loving the fact that I have all these leftist fucking crazy people coming here. Like, oh my gosh, the other day I was in traffic. There's a New Yorker. Oh my God. She's like on her phone taking pictures. I'm like, bitch, no, you can't drive like that. Like, no. New York. We don't play like that in Texas. You can kill someone. All right. So, you guys, this whole QAnon thing, I honestly believe, like I've said in other videos before, whenever I get nervous about saying something, I what would you call it? Fidget. All right. So, people, you have to understand it's not a left or right thing anymore. Right? It's a two-tier system where our country has been was sold out as a corporation. And you have a majority of our government that's corrupt. You have corrupt governments everywhere. You know, you have to step out of your feelings, because even though I consider myself a Republican and conservative, I'm pro-life, but I'm also pro-abortion. I believe in both. I believe in, all right, fuck it. Let's just legalize prostitution. They can tax it, and that'll end human trafficking, especially with minor children. You know, I believe in some drugs. I don't believe in heroin and all that. It's kind of hardcore, you know. But I believe that a lot of things, at the end of the day, we forget we're free. We're individuals. We're free. We're only prisoners of our own thoughts. So if you actually think about it, we got Nancy Pelosi, we got Democrats, Republicans, the news, this, that, blah, 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 nonstop. But like I was thinking, you know what? When Joe Biden got it wasn't elected. It was stolen. I was like, dude, I guess I could have moved to like Colombia or something. Like, where could I fucking go? I gotta learn to speak another language. I want to go live on a little hut somewhere in the middle of nowhere, in like the forest of like the jungle of like, not like cold though. I'd rather much be in like some kind of like warm tropical place. You know, like that movie The Beach? I would no, because they got cannibalistic things. But you know what I mean. Like, there's places in the world where they've never even heard of COVID. It's only because people are making it in your thoughts. And I'm just like, dude, we needed 4 more years of Trump, especially for our economy. Think about it. Like the Keystone Pipeline, everything done. I'm in Texas. This is Obama all over again. Obama is back. What did y'all do? And Lindsey Graham, you are a low damn, oh, you piece of, talking about Liz Cheney is one of the most respectable Republican women. No, you're a rhino, dude. That is the problem. 98% of our government is done. They're corrupt. They're bullshit. They don't care about us. Look what they just did with GameStop. They can do it. You can't. It didn't take that long for Trump to be out of the White House before people woke the fuck up, huh? My God. Love you guys. Hit that like, subscribe, and share. Love you all. Good night. Be positive in the comments. Don't be a dick, dude. Nobody likes a dick. And karma's real.